The Yankees acquired Cody Bellinger after losing Juan Soto to the New York Mets, and right now, he has more wins above replacement on Fangraphs. Just a month ago, Bellinger looked like a complete dud with the Yankees. So what's changed in such a short span of time? With more power and better swing decisions, Cody Bellinger is back to being a middle-of-the-order bat while also being a premium defensive outfielder. And if he keeps this up, we could be talking about one of the best acquisitions made this offseason. The Chicago Cubs dumped Cody Bellinger onto the Yankees to save some money, and a change of scenery with the Bronx as his new home might be exactly what he needed to return to his all-star form. Last season, Cody Bellinger saw a massive regression from a bounce-back 2023 season as his OPS dropped by over 100 points. He went from hitting 26 home runs in 2023 to just 18 home runs in 2024, despite playing the same number of games. Chicago would be on the hook for the $25 million in 2025 since Bellinger chose to opt into his deal, and if he had regressed any further, he'd likely opt into the final year of his deal in 2026, where he's also owed more than $25 million. The Yankees rolled the dice knowing that he could get hurt or struggle and be a $26.6 million anchor on the payroll in 2026, and early on, that gamble looked like it may not pay off. Through his first 18 games with the Yankees, Bellinger hit just .175 with 1 home run, 10 RBIs, a .506 OPS, and a 40 weighted runs created plus. He was the Yankees' 3-hitter for most of that stretch, eating into the playing time of other productive players on the roster. Cody Bellinger was costing the Yankees some big games, and the frustration with him had already been brewing, but the underlying metrics showed improvements in his hard hit rate and exit velocity. If Cody Bellinger could figure out how to make more consistent contact, he could pop, and he made a key adjustment to try and do just that. If you compare Cody Bellinger's batting stance in April to his batting stance in May, you'll see that he's way more open. Baseball Savant's batting stance data reveals that his stance has opened up by 8 degrees in the month of May, and he's hitting .351 with 4 home runs and a 200 weighted runs created plus during that month. He has torched the baseball this season, more than he has in recent years, as he's currently sporting the highest barrel percentage, exit velocity, and pull air percentage since he won NL MVP in 2019. A combination of career highs in those 3 metrics could result in him having a ton of home runs this year and overall being a productive middle-of-the-order bat. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win the MVP this season, but I think this is the best and most sustainable version of Bellinger we've seen since he did win that MVP in 2019. If you look at his numbers this season, he now has a 122 WRC plus, he has 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a 1.2 wins above replacement with 3 fielding value on the season. His bat is coming around, and he's one of the 10 most valuable outfielders in the American League according to Fangraphs wins above replacement right now. If you look at how he has settled into being a middle-of-the-order hitter, the Yankees have gone from having Cody Bellinger be a liability to having him be the proper protection behind Aaron Judge. Yesterday, we saw the New York Mets were not willing to pitch to Aaron Judge, and when they did, and Aaron Judge recorded outs, Bellinger was right there to step up and deliver big hits. He delivered the 2 RBI double in the first inning, and he delivered the back-breaking grand slam in the 8th to give the Yankees a lead that they weren't going to cough up. Bellinger has become a game changer for this offense, a home run hitter who makes good swing decisions and makes good contact. Cody Bellinger's zone contact rate and chase percentage are both improved from his 2024 season, which are not things that you often see for a hitter who is A, swinging harder, and B, pulling the ball more. Typically, hitting the ball harder, swinging harder, and trying to pull the ball in the air more results in a hitter whiffing more or chasing more. It's a natural thing that just kind of makes sense when you think about how hitters try to process pitchers. If you take more time to make a swing decision, you're more likely going to be late on the ball, but you'll have a better understanding of whether that pitch is a strike or not and where that pitch is going to end up. If you try and pull in baseball, it requires you to have the confidence to read a pitch out of hand and track it earlier in its flight path than other hitters do, because if you find yourself in a pull-happy mode, you'll chase out of zone and you'll swing and miss way more often, not really knowing where the pitch is going to end up. Cody Bellinger has found ways to not fall into the trap of whiffing more or chasing more, while also improving his game and raw power. Bellinger's hitting the ball way harder than he did last year. His average exit velocity is up to 90 miles an hour this season. His barrel rate of 11.3% is again the highest he's had since 2019, and the first double-digit barrel rate he's put up since 2019. In comparison, last year's exit velocity was under 89 miles an hour on average, and his barrel rate was below 7%. Cody Bellinger was seen as someone who didn't really hit the ball hard anymore and had to try and make contact and force contact and spray the ball around the field and pull the ball to right field if he wanted to do any damage, but Wrigley Field wasn't really the right ballpark for him to play if he wanted to be a pull fly ball hitter, and it also seems that the Cubs weren't able to unlock the raw power that Bellinger still had in his system. His max exit velocity this season is higher than it's been in any year with the Cubs. His 110.3 batted ball earlier in the year was the hardest he's had since being a Los Angeles Dodger, and I think those are indications that Cody Bellinger is finding more confidence with his power stroke. He's healthier than he's been in years past, and maybe he just needed that change of scenery. It was reported that Cody Bellinger really wanted to be a Yankee, and while I don't give credence to the idea that guys who want to be Yankees are 100% better than guys who are indifferent, I do think that the passion to want to be a New York Yankee did open him up maybe to be a little more bought into what the Yankees brought to the table from a player development side. For the Yankees, this is a massive player development win. Yes, Cody Bellinger was drafted by a different organization, he won an MVP with a different organization, and he has clearly shown that he's a talented baseball player, but the Yankees have found a way to get Cody Bellinger back to hitting the ball hard when he hasn't been able to do that while also making contact consistently in years. Cody Bellinger to start the year looked like the Cody Bellinger you saw that got DFA'd by the Los Angeles Dodgers. He could hit the ball hard, he could hit the ball in the air, but he couldn't make enough contact to really make a difference. Now, we're seeing a combination of those contact rates from the Cubs days and some of the raw power we saw when he was at his best with the Dodgers. With his ability to pull the ball in the air, and with the home ballpark he plays in now at Yankee Stadium, he could really be a 25 to 30 home run hitter and be a true middle of the lineup threat. His offense against left-handed pitchers is also extremely valuable because it was not expected that the New York Yankees would be a productive offense against left-handed pitching. That obviously has not been the case this year. They've been one of the best offenses in baseball against left-handed pitching, but Cody Bellinger is a big reason for that. Again, you referenced earlier in the first game, in the Sunday Night Baseball game, his ability to rip that double down the right field line against David Peterson set the tone for the Yankees. It gave them an early lead, and it gave them some cushion when they made some mistakes during the game, when Fried had some shaky command earlier in the game to make mistakes, allow some runs to score, and still be very much in this ball game. Cody Bellinger could be a difference maker for the offense. It puts less pressure on Ben Rice and Trent Grisham to stay hot all year. It puts less pressure on Jason Minguez to be a superstar out the gate. It puts a lot less pressure on Jazz Chisholm to rush back from injury. The Yankees have a left-handed hitter who could hit for power and isn't someone who A, is a rookie, or B, is having a breakout season. Cody Bellinger has done this before. He's been a superstar before. He's been an all-star before, and he's been an MVP before. None of this is foreign to Cody Bellinger. The struggles and not being a productive player, those are the things that are foreign to Cody Bellinger. Those look like the outlier. This is a guy who can be a productive player at a high level, and that's not even factoring in his defensive impact. His defensive impact in the outfield is really hard to overstate, excuse me. His defense in left field and center field are really valuable. He's got great range. He's got a rocket arm. He's averaging over 92 miles an hour on his throws, and it has allowed him to be really a captain out there. It's allowed him to be a leader. It's made Jason Dominguez's job in center field easier at times. When the Yankees do play Bellinger in center field, he does look like their best defensive option out there. And with Trent Grisham's struggles in center field defensively, it does make you wonder if the Yankees should shift Grisham to left and Bellinger to center. He's an extremely rangy and athletic defender. He's got a really good arm. He has really good baseball IQ. He makes really good defensive decisions. It just feels like you're watching a star be comfortable in his new environment. It looks like he's always wanted to be a Yankee. It feels like he's always wanted to be a Yankee, and he's certainly playing like that. He looks like a star caliber player, and earlier this year, I did a video where I listed off my 5 hot takes, and said that Cody Bellinger would be an all-star starter as one of those hot takes. That take did not age well at the gate, but right now it's looking pretty good. I'm not sitting here and saying that Cody Bellinger is going to end up being an all-star starter. That's not the median outcome here, but he's certainly putting himself in position to be one of the more productive outfielders in the American League this year. And if the Yankees want to win the AL East, if the Yankees want to be a high seed in the playoffs, and more importantly, if the Yankees want to go on a deep playoff run, they're going to need someone with playoff experience like Bellinger to step up and be a productive force on this team throughout the season. Guys are going to slump, guys are going to slow down, and other guys are going to heat up. But as Bellinger's begun to heat up and other guys have started to look more solid instead of otherworldly, it has allowed the Yankees to still win games. The Yankees just went 8-4 in a 12-game stretch where they played the first-place Mariners, a playoff team in the Padres, and a first-place Mets team. They also played a decent, scrappy Athletics club, and they won all 4 of those series. They have won 4 straight series played. They have dropped 1 game in each series, but you could argue they should have won all 4 of those games. This team loses by close margins and wins by massive run differentials. It is a big sign that this team is a good team, and right now they sit in first place in the American League East and are tied with the largest division lead in baseball. This offense has been really good even if you exclude Aaron Judge from the sample size, as without Aaron Judge, this team still has a 118 WRC+, a 768 OPS, and 64 home runs, which would make them a top 5 offense in baseball and arguably the best offense in the American League still. These kinds of things are things that the Yankees weren't before. And look, Cody Bellinger isn't Juan Soto. I get that people are going to say he's the Juan Soto replacement, but everyone knows that Cody Bellinger was not on his own going to make up the value you lost when you lost Juan Soto. He put up 8 wins above replacement. He had a 180 WRC+. He had over 40 home runs. You just cannot replace that with one player on the open market. But the Yankees have done a really good job of finding multiple players, and in tandem, they have provided enough value for the Yankees that losing Juan Soto may not kill them as much short term as people perceived. Without Max Fried, this team wouldn't be in the same spot they're in right now, especially with the injuries to Garrett Cole and Luis Seal. Without Cody Bellinger, their outfield defense would be a travesty. Without Paul Goldschmidt, there's no telling what this team would do against left-handed pitching. He's been one of their best hitters in those situations, and he has provided a professional at-bat in big spots really throughout the entire season. He hasn't really had a cold stretch yet. So when I look at this Yankee offense, when I look at the direction this team is trying to go, and when you're looking at the way that this roster was constructed, you just find yourself tipping the cap to Brian Cashman for finding ways to acquire multiple players on the roster to make up for what you lost in Juan Soto. And right now, it's looking like the Yankees have a really formidable team that can be a contender for years to come, and that is part in because of what they're able to do with guys like Cody Bellinger. If Cody Bellinger remains as productive all year, this team is going to go very, very far. And with the way that some of the young guys are swinging, with the way that some of the guys in the rotation are starting to pitch, and with the way that some of these relievers are starting to come together, with Jonathan Loáisiga being back, Devin Williams looking sharp, and Luke Weaver being as excellent as always, it's going to be very hard to beat this team, and there are not a lot of teams in this league that are going to feel comfortable playing the New York Yankees. I'd argue there's no team that should feel like they can overlook the Yankees or look past the Yankees at this point in time, and that's not something that was felt in this fan base or really across baseball when they lost Garrett Cole, when they lost Luis Seal, and when they lost Juan Soto. This team is in a really good spot right now, and Cody Bellinger is a big part for it. And if you enjoyed today's video, really appreciate you guys sticking through to the end, and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell for more videos like this. We're going to be pumping out content like this all the time. We've got shorts, we got videos, we got some live streams, and we've got some other social media platforms as well, whether that's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, or of course this YouTube page. It's all under the handle at Fireside Yankees. And one last shout, make sure to check out EmpireSportsMedia.com for written coverage on your New York Yankees and all of your favorite New York sports teams. Remember guys, New York Knicks, they're red hot right now. Eastern Conference Finals, that starts on Wednesday. Tons of fun stuff going on in New York, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out everybody. Let's go Yankees, and love you all.
Perfect.